picturesque hometown on the eve of the funeral. The family has again expressed appreciation for the outpouring of support. Madiba always regretted not having spent enough time with his children, and they admit it had an adverse impact on the family.
I grew up very angry, very bitter at my dad because I felt he chose other things rather than us. Every child wants to grow up with both parents. You know, you've seen children who are war babies who travel to countries to find who they are because they want to find their dads, because they want to find out who they are, what makes them up, what's their DNA, what geographical location and environment influences them. And I think it was the same for me until I was in my mid-30s and I said, you know, this little voice says, stop. You are destroying your own self. You've created your own prison. And so I had to free myself out of this prison and start to begin to understand who is this man. And I think through the journey of understanding who is this man and dealing with my own pain, I've come to understand who I am authentically as Makaziwe Mandela. And I think it comes with maturity for us to come to a level of understanding and to search for the inner being, not so much of the inner being. And for me, that has been an important journey for me personally.
Makaziwe has taken it upon herself to build on her father's legacy.
I will try. I will take the lead in terms of I won't claim to say that I am the eldest by default, okay, because my brothers passed away, and so I earned that. But in the Xhosa idiom, so I have to lead by example, okay. My dad grew up in a period where he was never taught by anybody. He grew up in a period where you look at adults and you learned by emulation. And so I have to try and do that. I know there will be difficult moments and challenges, but that's my commitment.
The grandchildren, ever so fond of Granddad, as they affectionately called him.
We've had our moments. I mean, at the lying-in state, I just couldn't. That's when I really, truly broke down, and I hadn't broken down since it had happened. And, there's something final about death, knowing that you will never be able to see this person. I'll never be able to see Granddad smile. I'll never hear his voice. And that's one thing I missed during the last days, is hearing him speak. And all I could contend with was a squeeze that he would give my hand whenever I came to see him. So those are the memories that I will cherish.
People think that my grandfather is Mandela. He's not Mandela. He's born off Mandela. We come from that lineage. King Ngubengcuka had 5 sons. And one of those sons, his name was Mandela. We carry the name of that ancestor. So when we talk about Mandela, we are calling upon an ancestor that's already gone before us. So, we're paying homage to Ngubengcuka, for example. We're paying homage to Nceko. We're paying homage to Hala. So for us, it's not about just us as individuals. It's about maintaining our family's legacy. The legacy that was, those stories that were told down from one generation to the other. My grandfather simply continued that process.
We're not suddenly going to be different people because Tatomkhulu has passed on. He's given us the lessons to carry us through for the rest of our lives. And part of those lessons have been, humility, a ability to serve other people in a selfless way. And of course, we're not going to be as selfless as him and spend 27 years behind bars, but we can all do our little bit, because I also believe that people have their own sphere of influence.
The best way to honor him is continue the legacy which he has started of humility, compassion, and actually commemorating your fellow man, and giveth of your heart with all one soul to bettering the whole picture of the world. A united stance is what he wants, where there's equality for everyone.
The families are awaiting the arrival of Madiba's body. The focus is now expected to move to Umtata Airport, where Tatu Mandela's body will land. The body is expected to be accompanied by the Madiba clan and members of his family. Yuli Sanjamela, SABC News, Qunu.